This is Greg Troutwine with Maritime Reporter TV, and we're here today with Hans Bobeldijk, the CEO of UAB-Online. Can you give us a by the numbers look at UAB-Online today? Specifically, how many ships are actively using your solutions now?
Yes, of course. UAB is the market leader in the Amsterdam, Rotterdam, Antwerp region. Our platform optimizes liquid bulk operations at more than 60 terminals. And we handle more than 10,000 visits a month. Every month, more than 40,000 documents are created or exchanged via our platform, and more than 5,000 users like loading masters, agents, surveyors, and traders uses the platform every month. More than 4,000 vessels, and that are barges, inland vessels, and seagoing vessels are using the platform actively.
So what specifically is the UAB-Online software solution? Who are your typical users, and how much does the service cost?
Yes, UAB-Online is a platform to optimize liquid bulk operations, and the platform offers an online, real-time available file per vessel with all the information and documents needed to prepare and to handle the maritime loading and unloading operations at a terminal. Our paying customers are liquid bulk terminals, and more specific tank storage terminals, refineries, and chemical plants. The other stakeholders, like vessels, agents, surveyors, traders, can use the basics for free. And the terminal pays a monthly subscription fee based on the amount of handled vessels per year.
As a liquid bulk terminal manager, what are the tangible results that I can expect to gain, and in what time frame if I signed on with UAB-Online today? I know all are different.
It's all about cutting tomorrow's idle time. When we dive a little bit deeper into the arrival process of a liquid bulk vessel at the terminal, you see there's a lot of contact and information exchange between vessel, terminal, agent, and surveyor before arrival of the vessel. And once a vessel is at berth, there's a very high workload for all stakeholders involved. But the preparation of the operations starts at the jetty. Order-related documents will be exchanged at the jetty, and these all need to be reviewed. In case of deviations in these documents, in the order details, you need to get in contact with the internal or external stakeholder of the company or of the trader. And you need to verify these details about the loading or unloading process, and needs to be agreed during this meeting after arrival. And all these information checking, reviewing, etc., this all adds up to a delay of 60 till 90 minutes per vessel. And you can imagine if you have a terminal that handles more than 5,000 visits a year, that's 500 till 750 hours a year. And that's like 21 till 31 days a year. And that's a lot. And the good thing, these are not promises based on the ideal situation. These are figures from our experience of years.
So looking beyond the PR speak, so to speak, how does the UAB-Online solution stand out in what has become a very crowded digital solution field?
A good question. The most initiatives to optimize the port call have a top-down approach. The most are based on collecting and sharing data. But the problem of collecting and sharing data is you need to have the critical mass to be successful. And it's not about collecting data and sharing data. It depends on the success of this project. Depends on how all stakeholders in the chain anticipate on this data. So you're not only dependent on the data, but also on all stakeholders, and that's quite difficult. Yeah, that's quite difficult. And if you can imagine, in the container industry, there's a lot of digitalization already, but in the liquid bulk, the needs for digitalization are less, because the containers, you can imagine, if you handle 18,000 vessels, 18,000 containers on a vessel, that's a lot, a huge administration effort. But on a liquid bulk vessel, it contains one order or one product, or sometimes 10 products, but that's only 10 products. So the needs for digitalization on container vessels is much higher than on liquid bulk vessels. But and that's the reason that a lot of liquid bulk terminals are not so digital mature that they have data to share. If you have a jetty scheduling on an Excel sheet, or maybe on a whiteboard, yeah, it's very difficult to share it with the other stakeholders. And if you compare that with our product, we have a bottom-up approach. The most easiest way to optimize your port call is to optimize your own processes. If you look to the top-down approach, you are trying to optimize your own process, in the same time optimize the process of the surveyor, of the pilots, etc. And it's very difficult. So if you start optimizing your own product, your own process, you can directly start with saving 60 till 90 minutes per vessel, a shorter port stay. And that's not only an efficiency benefit, it's also because if you digitize your processes, you can make it safer. You can add some data validations to be more compliant, and it's also more sustainable, because initiatives are started, but they started with talking about what you should do, and we say you need to start. If you now start, you can save 60 to 90 minutes NOx or CO2 emissions per vessel. And that's not only the greenhouse gas emissions of the vessel at berth, but it's also the 60 till 90 minutes of the vessel that is waiting on the anchor place to get a spot on the jetty. So it's the easiest, or it's an easy way to start and take your responsibility as a terminal to start with saving your greenhouse gas emissions.
That is spectacular. And again, everything we talk about today, everything comes around to the decarbonization. I was just actually over in Oslo at Norrköping, and 99 out of 100 of the conversations that I had, it was all about the decarbonization. So I understand that. It's also
quite difficult subject, because here in the Netherlands, they also talk about the green corridor between Singapore or Houston and the Netherlands, but that's mostly based on container vessels, because that's our chartered lines, and it's more difficult for the spot market.
It is. No, it is. It's then again, we're media, so we talk about this stuff relentlessly because that's what people are talking about. But some companies talk about it with too much ease. And again, I know it's a lot of little parts that go in to make up that whole, but it's I think it's a discussion we're going to be having for many years to come, for sure. So, from our experience, everybody loves a good case study. Can you discuss one case study in detail where a liquid bulk terminal manager has put UAB-Online solution to work, and share some of the details?
Yes, as already told you, we are the market leader in the ARA region, and we have smaller terminals and big corporates as customer, and one of them is Shell. And Shell knows that they do not have the innovative power to come up with all digital solutions themselves. So they work together with parties such as UAB-Online to shape the digital transformation within the company. And UAB saves a lot of time on the jetty, both for the terminal and for the ships. And in the case of Shell, this pays extra because most ships are at the terminal are chartered by Shell itself. So the benefits for Shell is at the charter side and at the terminal side. So it doubles. And a funny detail, our contact person recently moved from Terminal A from Shell to Terminal B of Shell, and Terminal A uses UAB and B not. And one of the first things he did was implemented UAB-Online at Terminal B. And this immediately shows that UAB-Online business case is not based on promises, but on results achieved. Yeah, next for UAB-Online in terms of organization growth is expand to America and Asia. We pose a unique and proven solution that we aim to introduce to the rest of the world. And regarding to our digital solution, our Notice of Readiness, the NOR, has already been the standard in inland shipping in the ARA region for several years. That was more or less the base to start UAB-Online in 2010. And now we expect to incorporate the digital Notice of Readiness into our application for the seagoing vessels. And we expect to do that also later this year.